today to have with us our new superintendent of Fox C-6 School District, Dr. Fregeau. Welcome.
Thanks for the welcome. It's great to be here.
Dr. Fregeau, I have to start asking you this question because I'm a Spanish teacher and I'm from Colombia. What can you say in Spanish?
There's a few things. Hola, muy bien, buenos días, ¿cómo se llama usted? Me llamo es Pablo, and ¿qué es tu dirección? That's about all I remember, but Mrs. Cesada was my Spanish teacher in high school.
That's
Hopefully
good.
She gets to see this.
Yeah, that was good.
I remembered a few things.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell us about your upbringing.
Okay, sure. I was raised in Illinois, about an hour south of Chicago, a town called Momence, Illinois, and then in high school I moved to Manteno, Illinois, and so I was raised in two little small Midwestern towns, but I've lived most of my life in Missouri, whether it's in St. Louis area or Kansas City. My family, I have two boys. One's 32, the other's 28. They're both gainfully employed in the Kansas City area. I just recently remarried to April, and I inherited 7 grandchildren with her, and excited that a couple of the grandchildren are coming this weekend to tour St. Louis with us. Yes, my wife maintains a residence in Kansas City because she has clients there, and she has a dog. We have 2 dogs and a cat there.
What are their names?
Rufus is the lab, Bella is the little chihuahua, and Fluffy is the cat.
I have a cat. Her name is Shadow and she's super fat.
So is Fluffy.
Yeah.
We overfed.
Favorite things to do with your family?
We like to go to movies. We really enjoy that, so we're glad COVID's over. We can go back to movie theaters, like fishing, do some outdoor stuff, sightseeing, historic sites, those type of things. I like to fish, I really do. I like to travel, especially to areas with mountains, where there's water. I'm going to be going to Savannah, Georgia over winter break this year with my wife, so we're looking forward to that. I would say the favorite place I've visited in my time has been Durango, Colorado. Just the mountains, the setting of the city, the train rides you can take up to Silverton. That's been my favorite place to visit.
Most influential person in your life?
When I was a kid, I read a lot about Martin Luther King, and he has been a big influence in my life. His leadership, making sure all people are treated equal and respected and treated with dignity, has really influenced my mindset as I travel through life and work through life. That's a tough one. There's 2 probably. Law and Order, on all the sequels, and Modern Family. I really like Modern Family.
Favorite book?
Favorite book is Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I've used that my entire life, the sharpening the saw, make sure you take care of the big rocks, all those things. That book I read early on in my graduate education, and it's impacted me throughout life. I really like seafood, and I also like tacos. I'm a big fan of tacos. So
I love salmon.
Salmon's really good, yes. That's
Yes.
one of my favorite seafoods. Well, I'm a sport nut, so it's a really close between football and basketball. But I like hockey too, so I just like sports of all kinds.
All right, so what is the football team and the...
Favorite football
Yeah.
team's the Chiefs, so we've had a good run here lately.
Yes.
Basketball team's the Chicago Bulls, and then hockey's the Blues.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Favorite social media platform?
I would say Twitter. Twitter's the one I'm most familiar with. I'm on Facebook as well, but I'm pretty limited in my social media, so those are the 2 I utilize the most.
What inspires you?
What inspires me is making a difference in every kid's life that we have here in the district. Whether I was at Decatur, North Kansas City, and now here, I'm inspired to make a difference in every kid's life, all 11,500 of them.
Tell us about your journey in education to becoming our Fox new superintendent.
Sure. Originally, when I got out of college, I was a police officer in St. Louis County, up by Riverview Gardens and Hazelwood East, 1st Precinct. And during that time, I was very frustrated with the interactions with young people because most of my outlets were negative. So I decided to become an educator. So I went back to school to get out in front so I'd make a difference in kids' lives so they didn't have to deal with the police, right? So went back to school and I taught in Quincy, Illinois. I've been a principal in Mountain Grove, Missouri. I've been a superintendent at Cass Midway, an assistant superintendent in North Kansas City, a superintendent in Decatur, Illinois, and now I'm here as a superintendent as well. I've been in education for over 30 years.
We are so excited to have you, and most importantly, we are excited to have you for many years.
I hope it is many years, me too. I met with a parent group at Rockport Heights Elementary. Prior to me getting here, I came to a meeting and after I was hired, and I asked what they need from me as their superintendent, and it really spoke to me. The first parent spoke up, said, stay. And that's important to people, to have some same person in charge. So I'm hoping to lead this district for many years.
What motivated you to work for the Fox?
Well, when I was in North Kansas City and Cass Midway and Mountain Grove, Fox was always looked at as one of the better districts in the state of Missouri. I always consider it a destination district for a person's career. It's a place you want to be for a long time. And then once I submitted my application and started meeting people, the strong sense of community they have here. There's really a strong tie between the school district and the community, and everybody supports the school district so well. So that was all great reasons to be here and serve kids in a very positive way.
What's your mission statement?
My mission statement is to have an outstanding educational experience for every student that I'm responsible for.
What's your vision for our district?
My vision for the district is that we attack reading in a very strategic way, because I think reading is the gateway to all learning. Kids learn to read from kindergarten, pre-K through 3rd grade, and then they read to learn from there on, and it's the key and the gateway to great learning. So an emphasis on reading instruction throughout the district, and then I want to benchmark us against districts that look like us, and I want to be number one, whether it's graduation rates, ACT scores, where our kids are at in ELA and math as far as proficient and advanced. I want us to be the best around, and so we will get there.
What are some of the challenges you see in our district?
What I see in our district, we need a sense of, and this isn't self-serving in any way, but we need a sense of consistency and leadership. So they need a superintendent that stays here a while, and so that there could be some continuity of programming and continuity of belief and mission. Also, I think my biggest challenge is I have to build trust with prior superintendents' issues, and then the last 2 superintendents only here being a short period of time. I have to prove to people that I'm going to be here and that I'm someone of integrity and someone that they can believe in and someone that's approachable and wants to do what's best for our kids.
As we start a new school year in a post-COVID era, what changes should our students, staff, and families expect to see in our schools?
Well, we hope to be in person 5 days a week, all those things. We will be in person 5 days a week. A dedicated staff to get kids back caught up for the learning loss that may have occurred over the pandemic time. And then just a lot of supports for the students, their social emotional needs as well as their academic needs as we try to get back into a quote-unquote routine of what school used to be like. So it'll be a tough tough start because it's been a long time since we've been in person fully and for a long stretch.
During the pandemic, there were a few changes in the way we were teaching, and we used Zoom and Google Meets and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
What platforms, in terms of virtual learning, are you thinking about?
I think all public education will need to have a virtual option moving forward for some families because we've proven we can do it. I'm most familiar with Google Meets and that platform. So if I was the only one making the decision, we would utilize Google Meets as a platform to deliver virtual instruction to our students. But again, I would have to talk to our principals and our teachers and see what they're most comfortable with and what they feel was the best platform to reach our kids.
What's your vision for our foreign language program?
I'm not real familiar with it yet, but
Yes.
what I would want is a great experience for all kids, and I want as many opportunities. I'm not sure even how many foreign languages we offer, but I want a great experience that kids can start as early as possible learning a foreign language. I really believe that the younger the better, because whatever supports those programs need to give the kids a great experience. Not just the language aspect, but the cultural aspect of learning the language and what it means in the setting of the culture it exists in.
What are your plans for our school curriculum programs in the core subjects and the electives?
Well, first of all, I need to get a handle on what we currently offer. But what I would like to see, regardless of the subject, is a consistent scope and sequence, consistent pacing guides throughout the district so that our kids, wherever they go to school, have the same opportunity to learn the curriculum in a unified fashion. And so if they move from one part of the district to the other, their experience won't be that different, and that consistency of learning can occur as the kids progress through the district. And also, if teachers change buildings, if we have the same pacing guide, same scope and sequence of our curriculum throughout the district, there's little adjustment needed if they change. So that's my vision, big picture on that.
Tell us about the new change that our district has now that we don't have a director of curriculum.
Right.
So how are we going to approach that without a director?
So what I'd like to do is I'd like to talk to my executive team, the principals, the teachers, get some ideas on how they best think curriculum leadership would work for Fox. I have my own ideas. I think there's somebody that should be directly responsible for that and can hold people accountable for the teaching and learning that goes on in the district. But I'm not the type of person to say this is how we have to do it. I like to get input and then find out what's best for Fox C-6. What teachers, the people, I always call them the boots on the ground in our buildings, what they think the best way is to support curriculum instruction, teaching and learning.
Tell us about what diversity, equity, and inclusion mean to you and your plans to foster them in our schools.
So what that means to me is that every person, adult, student, visitor, whoever it may be in our district is treated with respect, we're treated with dignity, and treated with a sense of empathy that we try to understand what their world, their culture, how that's impacted somebody's life. So I want everybody to feel welcome, regardless of background, and I want them, again, to feel respected and treated with a sense of dignity throughout their time in the district, whether it's a short time or the entire time they're here. They need to be valued as individuals and the diversity they bring to our district in thought and ideas and culture. I just want to tell everybody I'm so humbled and honored to be the superintendent of Fox C-6 School District, and I just ask everybody to give me have a sense of patience and grace as we learn to work with each other and do what's best for kids throughout the district and make this a great place to be. for our kids, whether they're in pre-K or seniors in our district.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, ciao.